everything that she's put in. You're right. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm not coming at the wrong point. Okay. Before I go on to her term, I'd like to say it gives me particular pleasure to thank her because we've grown through the Union Society together and shared the same experiences, and she's really put in a huge amount before she became president, as assistant secretary, as treasurer, as schools convener, and she's always gone above and beyond her role in those positions. Every term produces different opinions about what they think happen. I think that nowhere is that more true than Anna. But I want to just briefly talk about three things where I think she's really shown future presidents how really best to do their jobs, and how she's really been a role model in the job of president. The first, of course, is debates and speaker events, which is the president's main job. And whether it be the debate tonight or the war on drugs or the Obama debate, I think those who have been to them will agree that they've been some of the best debates, well, certainly some of the best debates I've seen in my 3 years here. And I'd like to thank Anna for that. I was trying to get some feedback on the debates today, and eventually I resorted to Facebook on the Majid Nawaz address. I can't say the name properly. And I thought it was quite funny, firstly because of the language used, which sums up Durham, I think, pretty well. But I also think it really communicates how amazing aspects of the term have been. Someone put as their status thinks that that the speaker in the chamber tonight was pretty much the best speaker she's ever heard. Someone commented underneath, "Me too, best speaker I've seen since I've been at Durham." This is where it becomes really obvious that this is the Durham Union Society and not the real world, because someone puts underneath, "Hearty concurrence." I've never heard that used in real life. Followed by best speaker in 3 years, amazing, which I thought was fairly normal language. And then the final comment, which I thought really summed up the Durham bubble, was, "I forgot to add epic-like." Saying anything about Anna's term is definitely an epic-like when it comes to speaker events. But I think where Anna really has shown that is that she's been an absolutely fantastic host to speakers when they come up here. And I think that the Union Society will really benefit from that, because many people have very positive memories of what they've received from up here and hopefully come up again. And just three very quick examples. Her first debate of term, she got 3 out of 4 speakers to clue. I think that's pretty impressive. When Anne Fine came up, I saw some letter correspondence in the office where Anne Fine asked Anna how she'd done in her job interview, and I think that shows a real level of personal engagement that few people really get to. And finally, when the Colombian ambassador came up last week, not only did she convince him to come on his birthday, she then gave him the tour around Durham the following day and is going to dinner with her next week, I believe. Next week. So Ed, I would watch out if I were you. And I think that future presidents can really pick up on that skill of being a good host, and I'd like to thank you for that. The second point is, obviously, as a president, you're a team leader and you need a team of office staff and officers. And the Epiphany president always has a particularly hard job here because there's such a rapid turnover, and many of the old hacks leave, and many of, probably a good thing, I might add, and lots of pressures get onto the exec and need kind of training up, as it were. I thought Anna was getting a bit bonkers with this side of the job when she tried to cook a meal for the entire Gen Con at the beginning of term. Well, that was maybe going a little bit far, but she obviously got something right. And again, I'd like to quote something that a fresher gave me today and asked to read out. So she obviously got something right indeed. He said, can you say this? Anna has always been a team captain and a team player, always leading by example. She's always motivated those that she's worked with and kept a smile through the toughest of times. She's delivered an excellent Epiphany term that the Union has endeavoured to her. And I think I'd like to echo those sentiments, and I can't really put it better than Rishi, who normally sits here tonight, put it to me earlier. So that's the second reason. And finally, I'm going to touch on the BNP point, because I think more than anything, that's defined the term. And I want to ask 2 very quick questions. Firstly, was it a good thing for the Union Society? And secondly, obviously, what does it show about Anna? It was definitely a good thing for the Union Society, because it got everyone talking about the Union Society in a way that I've certainly never seen during my time at Durham. It made Union Society debates relevant in a way that I think that few presidents ever achieved. And it also showed that when we talk about inviting controversial speakers to speak on relevant motions, that it's not just a way of selling you membership for 46 quid or 48 quid or whatever it is now. It actually means something. So I think that was a good thing. What more importantly it shows about Anna is the way that she conducted herself throughout the furore that went on, and some of the very difficult things she went through, certainly when she had some very abusive emails sent to her by NUS and United Against Fashion. But it's all right, because we've disaffiliated her. She always, although she was determined to put the debate on, she was always very consultative and talked to everyone about what she wanted to do and checked that people were okay with what she wanted to do. And when she finally made the decision to call off the debate, she did say, in the interest of the members first, and I thought that was really good. And again, finally, I want to quote something which Palatin put, and I think really sums up Anna's conduct throughout the crisis. In the editorial, you probably saw it at the time. We know the DUS president personally, and having been in constant contact with her throughout this affair, we know that she has always acted professionally and looked out to the best of intentions. She has not sought publicity or attention for the society by courting controversy. She's in fact staying true to the soul of it by recognising that this debate needed to happen. And I think, again, that shows really the true intention behind the BNT debate, and I think it was incredibly brave of Anna to put it on. It would be remiss of me, just before I sum up, not to mention one other person. I know Anna will thank him again in his speech, because Anna would be the first person to realise that, or to admit that the term hasn't been, or the presidency at this term hasn't so much been about one person as a partnership. And Ed, I'd like to thank you for your contributions, well above and beyond the duties of boyfriend, custodian, all the rest of it. Thank you for your events and your input into the term, and I know Anna really appreciated that. And thank you for the support that you've given Anna. Just how I know the president's an incredibly lonely job from having done it myself, and I think that she really benefited from having you there, but obviously Anna's going to say something much more fitting than I. So, without keeping you any longer, I hope I've said enough to convince you to put your hands together and give her a huge round of applause for your work.